Good morning and a terrific Thursday to you. I'm Wendy Burke here with your Morning Barbados. This morning we're going to be having a lot of excitement, not only because we're going to be dealing with our exceptional youth, but also because we're going to be dealing with a number of females who have been empowering in a number of different ways, whether it be entrepreneurs or whether it be this nation's teachers. And first up, we're going to be having some more of the 2021 RF National Distinguished Teachers and the awards that they would have won recently, albeit a virtual ceremony. I want to welcome this morning Ms. Gillian Cadogan, who is a special needs educator at the Eagle Hall Primary School, and Faye Williams, who teaches with the Government Industrial School. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Great to see you, ladies, and congratulations on your awards.
Thank you.
Now, if we can start with you, Faye, you have been commended as being one who helps those who would have failed before to ensure that they pass the mark now. So a number of people who would have attempted to do CXCs in the areas of business and failed found that they were able to thrive under you. How do you push and propel them to get there?
First off, let me thank my past students for actually writing on my behalf and submitting me for winning this award, because I had no clue. So it just speaks that even when you are doing your work to the best of your ability, your students are watching and taking note. My classroom is not an average classroom. It is a classroom that is set up with an age range that sometimes can range from 13 years old to 17 years old. So I have to find various ways to get them into doing work. As you said before, this is a classroom where children will be taken from a regular class or a regular school and placed at the government industrial school. And our main interest is to give you the best education that you can possibly have. And we don't do age, we do ability. And once you're able and willing to do the CXC exams, we push you towards that mark. We have had children in the past that at the age of 13 years old not only sat the exams, but passed.
So that's awesome for you. And Gillian, good to see you again. Now, you are over at Eagle Hall Primary, and they have been thanking you for helping those children who have their various special needs overcome some of their challenges. In particular, they pointed to a twin who you helped to move from non-verbal communication to verbal communication. And parents of special need children know that these are excellent hallmarks to reach. For the average person, they might be, okay, so what? But you understand what it is.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Thank you, Wendy. Yes, the twins are our pride and our joy at Eagle Hall, but it's a collaborative effort to be able to get special needs students to, get to their fullest potential and move forward. So all the other teachers are parent volunteers. The twins have a wonderful mom. So grandmom and granddad are there working. So yes, I think we all did it. We all did it together, and it was wonderful to see them develop.
Were you surprised at your win?
Yes, I was, because at this point in time, we were online during the pandemic. When I received the call, this award was the furthest thing from my mind. I didn't even know that it was still happening. So, I thank Ms. Davis Watkins and Ms. Javon Brown for nominating me, and to Royal Fidelity for recognizing and rewarding teachers. Even when sometimes our job is difficult and seems thankless, we're encouraged to keep doing well. So yes, it was great for me. I felt honored.
Okay. Now, Faye, if I can get back to you, you spoke just a little bit about the environment you're in and that you have to end up with a classroom of students from various age ranges because, they would have been sent to this school because of some issue, albeit with the law or behavioral in the home, whatever. But you, they say, have made the environment a lot more homely for these children because you give them jokes, you know, you make them feel comfortable. How is it for you working in that space?
Uh, I think is you have to first love teaching and you have to love children. That is the first thing. And you have to come down to children sometimes. You can't always have to be up there and expect them to be up there, especially at the government industrial school. So when you pass my classroom, sometimes it may not look like the typical classroom. You may not see everybody sitting at desk. You may see them around my desk. Sometimes they want to sit on my desk. I don't, I forget that. But sometimes you have to be comfortable. Our normal day would shock um, the outside public. But most of my girls are very, very loving. And sometimes all you need is love.
That is so very true. And you would know about that, Gillian, because you've been imparting it to these little ones for quite some time. And the Zoom environment, that online environment, was seen as being particularly challenging for those with special needs. How did you navigate it?
Yes, it was quite difficult, but again, a collaborative effort. We got together and we tried to find ways to make sure they were engaged, to keep it exciting, to keep them, you know, asking questions and seeing things that they were interested in. Quite a few of our students are visual learners. So, you know, we more or less kept our information as highly visual as possible. You know, we gave them frequent breaks in between. We had the support again of parents because without the support of family, the online environment is even more difficult. So I have to say thank you for those parents who were always there. Many of the parents had to work, and sometimes our teachers would um, do our classes after parents got home from work. We also prepared packages for our parents with all types of activities that they can do at home. You know, sometimes children don't want to be in front of the device all the time. And special needs children, they need to move their hands, they need to move their bodies, they need to be active. So, you know, it was difficult, but we got through it, and I'm quite glad that we are back face to face.
Okay. And what about you, Faye? How did you navigate some of the COVID challenges?
Being working at a 24-hour secure facility, we were never online. So I would have been seen as essential worker. So all through the pandemic, I was physically at school, but due that we were being the Ministry of Education, we would not have classes, so we had to find things to keep them busy. So without them knowing, we would be doing learning outside of school time, and they didn't get the chance to do online because, as I said, I was face to face, and computers, technology is not something that is really within the government industrial school, but it was introduced to them because I gave them a taste of online, still yet face to face, as I did so many interactive classes with them, especially using my favorite Nearpod, where they would get TikTok videos, embedded YouTube videos, things that they love. And when they're doing what they love, they learn without even
Thinking about it.
knowing.
Yeah,
And,
that's
and when
amazing.
they can get, when you can ask certain questions and you can realize that there are getting in the content, you're pleased.
Now, in terms of the sitting of the CXCs once they leave, you find that the role of education plays a significant factor in helping to reform them and boosting their esteem, because unfortunately a lot of children within institutional care tend to have those issues.
Yes, I am. I do. Because we have students now that are currently at the Barbados Community College and some of the older secondary schools here. And those are children that when they first came, they said, oh, we can't get this done. It makes no sense. We won't be known. But when you push them in the right direction and they see they can actually do it and actually go on, we have one that's currently doing law. And she said to me about 2 days ago, Miss Williams, I moved from breaking the law to actually upholding it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So no wonder you're in winner's row. And Gillian, apart from ensuring that these special needs children know how to read, write, understand language, be able to communicate, you have also been ensuring that they are rounded. And the school's top athlete actually came from the special unit.
Yes, that's true. That's true. We had one of our youngsters, Cody Narcisse. He's extremely talented. He's in care. Hi, Cody. Um, we teach life skills. We want our children to be involved in the creative arts, in drama, in dance, in music. We want them to be able to socialize, to be able to be comfortable outside of school. You know, it's really important. So we try to impart all different types of knowledge in every which way we can to make sure that, you know, they fit in and they're comfortable. And in areas where they don't fit in, we want to educate parents and the general public to understand these are students, these are kids that you must accept because they're
That's
here with us and they're part of our society.
That was going to be my next question for both you and Faye. What more can be done in terms of the full integration of these students within our society? Faye, you first.
Okay, first.
Acceptance. Acceptance. Everybody has a past. And as I tell my students, everybody has a book, a favorite book. But every chapter in that book may not be your favorite, but it makes it your favorite book. Correct? So what do? Change that chapter. You are the author of your own book. And I want you to not to be ashamed of the government industrial school. Because
Okay.
once you're ashamed, that means you're not going to speak on it. When you speak on it, you educate the masses on how the institution has shaped your life, and you can go on to shape others.
Okay. And you quickly, Gillian?
I agree with Faye, and I will go a bit further to say public education. And we also need legislative change because we need our laws to defend our children, to be able to say, okay, well, in certain places around the world, business places must employ at least one person with a disability and make accommodations for them. So we want our children to understand you learn, you do well, and there is an opportunity out there for you.
Okay, I want to thank you ladies for joining me this morning. Gillian Cadogan of the Eagle Hall Primary School,
Thank
the
you.
special unit there, and Faye Williams of the Government Industrial School. Thanks for joining us on Morning Barbados, ladies, and
Thank
congratulations
you.
once again on your RF National Distinguished Teachers Awards. Keep educating this
Thank you so
nation's
much.
children.
Thank you.
Morning Barbados will return and we'll be telling you all about a special conference coming up to help female entrepreneurs.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning.